Hello everyone and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. We're here with you guys today in the vehicle tab of Scandinavia, and we're talking about that usually the one vehicle that you take with that leftover activation point, particularly in 55 activation point decks, where I tend to find I have just enough for one vehicle, so what should it be? And we're looking at the M92 PNMK and comparing it to the Lara 106mm recoilless rifle Jeep. There is, by the way, another recoilless rifle Jeep, and that's going to be the Swedish, where is it? Yep. The two options from the Swedish, the 12 AP or 14 AP for the same price, but we're just going to look at the Laro first and see which one of these you should put in that last slot.
Hi, so both of these are very good options. The PNMK with the KBA-25 is one of the highest DPS autocannons for its cheap price of 20 points. You'll notice it's practically the same as like the CAF V25, just a bit more expensive because it gets that vehicle tab tax. But with 1750 range and 30% accuracy, this thing is, especially when you get 2 or 3 of these, super good at killing infantry, and also is good to park next to CVs for base defense.
Now, I do notice it has poor optics, and I think, if memory serves, this thing is basically the same as a Wildcat, so I guess my question is, if you're going to use the PNMK for base defense, why not spend that 5 points more, get a Wildcat, and have the ability to have good optics there as well?
That's definitely a good question, and the issue is really just if you have room in your recon tab for it, because you'll notice that in your recon tab you're probably going to have infantry, you're going to have your helicopter, you're going to have some M41s in there, and that extra slot is going to be like 2 or 3 activation points, whereas in your vehicle tab it's just 1 activation point, so it's much easier to fit the PNMK in.
And that's, I think, a really good thing too, because one of the things I really struggle with in deck building, I mean, still struggle with now, really struggle with 400 games ago, is not just the economy when you're playing the game, but the economy when you're building the deck. And as Orangina has just said, that first vehicle costs 1 point, whereas your last card in the recon tab costs 3. So just bear that in mind, I guess. And I mean, I have a really hard time not taking recoilless rifle Jeeps for the sheer amount of firepower they give you on wheels in the opener. But if you are looking for that base defense option, it seems like the PNMK is a good choice. So that's going to be our unit comparison for today, and we'll be back with you guys probably in the helicopter or air tabs tomorrow.